intending to celebrate this great day in the great city of Millbrae, gateway to the world. Now you might ask me, well, why is it the gateway to the world? Well, because when you land on the runways of SFO, you're landing on Millbrae soil. Soil that came from what's called the Mako Pit. The Mako Pit was located where Millbrae Meadows is now, and that's what Millbrae Meadows was constructed. When they excavated the Mako Pit, they dragged the soil from the Mako Pit down Helen Drive, over El Camino, then a wood bridge over the small two-lane Bayshore Freeway, and constructed the runways, extended the runways for the new modern aviation that was coming in, BCA. And that went on from 1944 to 1950, maybe 1951. And that's how the runways were constructed. So next time you land on the runways, you'll know, oh, we're landing on Millbrae soil. There you go. The dignitaries, thank you very much for introducing the dignitaries. Reuben Holliver, our mayor. Second generation mayor. Former Mayor Dan Quigg. Former Mayor and Councilman Wayne Lee. Former Mayor Bob Gottschalk.
Has been.
And former Mayor Marge Colapietro.
Former treasurer.
And
Former treasurer.
that's all, we forgot the last elected treasurer of Millbrae, Mary Villatre.
Hey.
The last elected treasurer. And our city manager, Marcia Raines. Today we're here to perform groundbreaking to kick off the construction of the Millbrae Historical Society Carriage House. Building a carriage house to enhance the Millbrae Museum experience has been a dream of the Millbrae Historical Society since 1985, when the Millbrae Museum was moved to Constitution Square. Why a carriage house? There was a carriage house adjacent to the old abandoned house located on Broadway and Lisbon Lane, our museum, where the Green Hills home is now located, occupied for many years by various foremen working for the Spring Valley Water Company, now the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission. The carriage house was so dilapidated that it couldn't be moved with the museum. So now, moving forward, the Millbrae Historical Society now has the funds to construct a carriage house, totally funded by the Millbrae Historical Society, to store our 1931 Southern Pacific fire engine and our 1888 Larkin Surrey, which is currently housed at the South San Francisco Wells Fargo Bank location. And other artifacts in the museum that we have downstairs, and we may move some of the artifacts to the carriage house. We're going to construct a Millbrae Fire Department exhibit in the carriage house also, similar to the Millbrae police exhibit that we have in the museum. In 1970, John Mercado and a group of concerned and dedicated Millbrae citizens set out to save the 16 Mile House, constructed in 1872. The 16 Mile House was located on the east side of El Camino on Center and Broadway, where O'Reilly's Auto Parts store is located now. The 16 Mile House was used as a livery stable, watering hole, hotel, gambling den, and also a bordello. What it says right here, you read the newspaper article, it says that. I don't make this stuff up, you know.
Is that fake news?
Is that fake news?
Reality.
There you go. Why was it called the 16 Mile House? It was called the 16 Mile House because it was 16 miles from the San Francisco City Hall. There's also a 5 Mile House in Daly City, and it's still there. A 12 Mile House in San Bruno, Gone with the Wind. And there was also a 17 Mile House in Millbrae on El Camino and Millbrae Avenue. And that was used to water the horses and get a bite to eat or whatever you had in those days. The intent of the Millbrae of the Millbrae Historical Society and the city of Millbrae was to have the 16-Mile House moved to Constitution Square and used as the museum. That was going to be the original museum. And there was a big effort, as you can see here, to raise funds by the Millbrae Historical Society to have that 16-Mile House moved. But we didn't have enough money, and that fell through. It was approved by the city council and the straw ballot, but there you go again. Never came to fruition. Besides, the 16-Mile House was really too dilapidated to move. I mean, it just fell apart. So that was it. Okay, moving right along. Moving forward to 1985, with a huge collaborated and Herculean effort by the Millbrae Historical Society, the City of Millbrae, San Mateo County, and the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission, the old Spring Valley Water Company house was moved to Constitution Square. The original site was 75 feet west, closer to Poplar Avenue. In 2003, when the library bond passed, the house was moved to this location, and we also got a full basement. And of course, the grassy area was taken over by the parking lot. The gazebo that is in where the rec center is now used to be here. And of course, there were many marriage ceremonies conducted here at the gazebos at that time. In case you're wondering, maybe you weren't, what is this brick? What is the significance of that brick? Well, this is a very special brick. I have 4 of these bricks. This is an original brick from the 16-Mile House Foundation, built in 1872. And this brick is going to be placed in the foundation of the new Carriage House for display. So we will have a memory of the 16-Mile House in the new Carriage House. And of course, we have a gold shovel. Judy Garland had ruby slippers. Millbrae's got a gold shovel. Our carriage house will be 750 square feet, 25 by 30. As you can see, it's designated by the flag. So this is the area of the new carriage house. And we are, whenever possible, we are utilizing contractors to construct the carriage house. Jeff Flood for the foundation construction, and Bart Specia, 110, 120 for the electrical construction. I hope to have the work completed by April, and then eventually, once we get everything settled in the carriage house, we're planning a huge citywide celebration. Citywide, okay? Now, I would like to have 2 of the original members of the Millbrae Historical Society, when it was founded in 1970 by John Ricardo, to step up and take the first shovel in our construction of the carriage house. George and Helen Habib. Let's give it up for George. Charter members, imagine. All right, come over here. Okay. Just stick the shovel in there, a little bit there. You can just take a little scoop. You don't have to do the whole thing. Just a little bit. Just throw it over there.
You don't have to do the whole basement?
There you go. There you go. Throw it over there. Any place. Yes. There you go.
Yay!
There you go. Look at that.
Gardner.
There you go.
He's still doing it.
Mayor, take a swing. Let's see what you got working for us here. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.